When health officials declared a global pandemic nearly a year ago, Carey Ysais was forced to make some painful decisions to keep the lights on at his North Hollywood restaurant. Almost overnight, the owner of a sushi restaurant and bar Kahuna Tiki saw how his sales plummeted, forcing him to lay off most of his staff. He dug into savings to pay for rent and other expenses. He stepped into the kitchen to help his chef make sushi while his wife was putting orders together. "We were working 60 hours a week each and making no money," he said. "That's not a good business plan." While the coronavirus outbreak hit hard many businesses, the pandemic has been particularly brutal on restaurants. And no industry is more ready for a comeback, as indoor dining resumes in Los Angeles County on Monday. The year was unprecedented for the business. With no steady income, sky-high rent at some ties, bare-bones staff and ever-changing government guidelines, owners were rocked by uncertainty all year long. Unlike large chains, restaurant owners like Ysais didn't have a cash cushion and struggled to survive the drastic drop in sales. After spending thousands of dollars on gloves, masks and shields and converting their parking lots into dining areas, they were forced to shut down, reopen and then close again. Since the dawn of the pandemic, small businesses have been closing at a terrifying rate. Los Angeles is among several metro areas, including San Diego, San Francisco and San Jose, with the highest total closure rates, where about 20 businesses per thousand temporarily or permanently closed since March of 2020, according to a report from online review company Yelp. Nearly 7,500 businesses in the Los Angeles metro area were temporarily shut down since March of last year, the report said. To put it into perspective, about 4,000 businesses closed in New York since the pandemic began. The struggle reflects the trend that other restaurants experience across the country. In December, the National Restaurant Association sent a letter to congressional lawmakers, asking for financial relief. More than 500,000 restaurants of every business type, franchise, chain, and independent, are in an unprecedented economic decline, according to the letter. And for every month that passes without a solution from Congress, thousands of more restaurants across the country will close their doors for good. Restaurant closures will continue to rise, sweeping away jobs in some of the most venerated independent and chain restaurants. "We predict that as of today, 17% of restaurants, more than 110,000 establishments, are completely closed," the letter said. Ysais noted that it was frustrating to see that after following all the health guidelines, his restaurant was forced to close again in November, right before the holiday season. Since then, out of their 18-people staff, only half returned. "It's a hard time to hire people back," he said.